Next up, dessert. Delicious.
Well, I'm pretty certain we're going to be heading into war here soon.
With a little bit of chili.
Chili?
A little bit of saffron.
Probably before the elections.
Now,
I mean,
take off a little slice like that, so they stand up nicely. And then,
and because there's no way the Democrats
you hold that up and just go down.
can win, and it's not even. It's the
Into the water.
even the Democrats have separated. I mean, we've seen this with the rhinos,
You are?
the Republican Party, then Trump supporters, and the thing is that we see with the Democrats that there's good Democrats, like Democrats who are actually trying to work on things and are actually bipartisan on legitimate issues. The thing is that woke culture has infiltrated our government. Well, I mean, that's a poor choice of words. I mean, it's been introduced for goodness how. I mean, it's all part of the program, and but the Democrats are being divided into the woke and ultra liberal socialists. They're the ones who are fracturing the most. That's why the Republicans will win this election. However, war is a whole, another story. And this zero SIX situation of the first month, that really, that's total damn distraction. Why aren't people being prosecuted for burning down police stations and setting other arsons during those peaceful protests? Double standards. And then the thing is, like, what was happening during those times? Well, there was funds being raised to get prisoners, violent criminals released onto the streets back in 2020. And during this time, well, look what's happened. Look at the gun crime. Look at the violence. Right? What's actually going on here? That's why the big cities are fucking no bueno. Like, because freaking shit, look back in the day, New York City, you had to bribe the police station, you had to bribe the fire department in order to get an inspection done or, to stay in business because, you didn't pass inspection. And over $3,000. Think about the times when this was happening, $3,000 was a hell of a lot of money. Hell of a lot of money. And the damn thing is, that's organized crime, and that's basically what the government is. And people don't want to understand that that's their own choice. The thing is that we're heading towards last year. My channel got destroyed last year. Else I'd friggin' send a link. I haven't gotten to re-upload and everything. But we're heading towards 8.9%. For 2023. Cost of living adjustment. That's huge. And it might even go up from there, but that seems like a pretty static number. Last year when I got this information, it was from a reputable source, and they stated 5.9% back in June, July. Here we are in June, July. Possibly the same source, maybe a different one. I do a lot of research. It's a pretty solid number. There, 8.9%. excuse me.
Of olive oil. A tablespoon only. Because all that fat coming out of sausages just will really help flavour.
I don't, I'm a conspiracy theorist and all that, then that's perfectly fine. People don't have to believe me. The thing is, it's about trends. And friggin', even though the public, a majority of people don't see things happening, there's things happening. And when people judge, our prejudice, I mean, that just really goes against the betterment of community, especially when a person has demonstrated no angst towards the public. Well, I mean, politically speaking, of course I have. And I'll plead with this. If you're so damn concerned about my well-being, don't ask around. Contact me. Oh, too damn difficult, right? Too damn difficult. Can't face the truths. Stay in your bubble. Stay the fuck out of mine. Bish. No, if you don't care, then don't ask. I don't care. That's why I don't ask. Friggin'.
White wine. So the wine sort of.
And this is, just how despicable people are. And maybe this is a little bonus footage. But friggin'. If you're doing good or if you're not failing, like it just all depends on the dynamics of the situation. But the thing is that when people are miserable, they try to focus outwardly and like, oh, how is this person more miserable than myself? So it gives them a false sense of well-being. And when a person is not failing, that should be failing, it just turns into friggin' extreme rhetoric. Like, for instance, I got a fucking fucked up email from my dad. I don't want to say fucked up, but there was an attachment on there and just, led to nowhere and shit. It was like, hey, were you hacked? Was your account compromised? Blah, blah. Well, because I addressed a security threat, friggin', all of a sudden my dad contacted me, and he's been trying to reach out to me. That's how fucked up people are. And the thing is that most people are none the wiser about anything. Like, and they just kind of go along with it because, like, and it, like I said, it's really hard to trust people because there's always a disappointment. Especially when one asks a favor, and that's just don't discuss anything. But apparently things are discussed.
Just a tablespoon.
Stay the fuck out of my goddamn business.